Do you know, nearly 1 of 8 children between the ages of 6 and 12 has suicidal thoughts. The suicide rate is approximately 4 times higher among males than among females. But females attempt to suicide 3 times as often as males. And when a suicide occurs, everyone is affected, including the people who are left behind. And nearly 800,000 people die by suicide in the world each year, which is roughly 1 death every 40 seconds. The most common mental illness reported was depression. Now, I'm an entrepreneur, a software programmer, and most importantly, a musician. And I've long been fascinated by the impact that music has contributed to mold my life, which guided me to overcome such failures, challenges, and depressions over the last many years. I'm a citizen of India and hail from the state of Kerala, who was lucky enough to be born into a music family. And even though I was inspired by my dad and extended family members, my love for music started with Michael Jackson's song, Beat It. Back at home, we had this local channel called Jukebox, where one could just call over the phone and request to play any video song on the television. Back then it was quite fascinating. I used to make my mom do this every single day. My dad noticed my passion to learn music, and very soon I enrolled for piano classes. My teacher was Miss Anila. She used to play the piano at our church. And I was taught the basics of reading music notations. And over the next few years, I continued the process of learning the piano at my uncle's school. And it was then that I realized, over the past many years, I was learning the music that was not of that much interest to me. Could you imagine Michael Jackson trying to become Mozart? Really? Today it is nearly not fair to treat your kids in order to learn music, in order to write a musical exam, where all they ever want to do is play their favorite song, or any song they love. I was really disheartened and frustrated, because my dad being a guitarist, he practically knew every chord, and he helped me with all the chords so that I could learn on the keyboard. He even got me the latest Yamaha keyboard, and back then, in a few months, I was able to play any song I hear in real time. I participated in many cultural competitions and bagged first place till grade 10. And I gave more importance and dedication to music than my academics. Naturally, my academics flunked, and the same continued throughout my university days. When I was cheated on, music was there to stitch me up. When I was underestimated by those around me, music was always there as a companion. And when I met the love of my life, music helped me express my love for her. And that's how I wrote my first song. When I say music, I mean able to write music, able to compose your own songs, and play it on your favorite musical instrument. Each time I went through these stages in my life, I wrote them down, and I composed them into songs. And each time I did that, I always got this rewarding feeling, a feeling that had an extraordinary power to stimulate my emotions, which in turn stimulated my memories. This rewarding feeling was always there to fight my failures, my challenges, and played a key role to help me believe in myself and chase my dreams. I guess music has been a stimulus or choice for me, because I always feel so much better when I sing a song or play in a band. And I'm sure for those of you who sing or play musical instruments, or even do karaoke, can relate to that rewarding feeling which is so addictive. Music is just so amazing. It's a universal human skill, and I believe a universal language. Whether it's Mozart or newcomers like Billie Eilish, music is powerful and has existed in all cultures throughout history. But why do humans find music so addictive and pleasurable? At its core, music is the common notion of audio frequencies, intricate patterns, floating through the air and crashing together in your ears. Much like your eyes process the light, the ears process the waves of sound and triggers a state of excitement and sometimes pleasure in your brain. You would accept the fact that humans experience pleasure from many stimulants such as food, sex, and drugs. But many of these stimulants are necessary for human survival. The body has created a system which it rewards you for achieving something. Now, what is really happening here is a release of this neurotransmitter in the brain called dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical responsible for making you feel good. And when dopamine is released, following a rewarding feeling such as a delicious meal or winning the lottery, the neurotransmitter causes a feeling of pleasure and satisfaction. Drugs such as cocaine take advantage of this pathway by increasing the amount of dopamine, or rather preventing its removal, causing continual stimulation by neurons, which creates an intense moment of pleasure. Music has the ability to create a state of arousal, causing pupils to dilate, blood pressure to rise, and the brain to fire in auditory moments and emotional regions. And even though music does not have a direct survival benefit, this emotional reaction caused a release of this feel-good chemical called dopamine. Though the exact revolutionary reason is unclear, the amazing fact remains: music chemically alters your body and makes us feel so good. In the same way that a drug-induced dopamine surge leaves you craving for more. Music becomes addictive. The dopamine tells your body that it was rewarded and creates a desire to seek out more. Even though music enjoyment is entirely subjective and intertwined with cultural and personal experience, the chemical effect remains consistent among the human race. A perfect, natural drug of happiness. Now, if you had a playlist to make of your life, what would be on it? The music of your childhood, the bad days of your teens, or the music that always makes you cry or fills you with joy? And if towards the end of your life, your mind-ended memories were fading away, would this soundtrack help you bring them back? And if you are a beginner who loves the guitar or the piano, and you want to play this soundtrack that you just imagined, this presentation is for you. By the end of this presentation, you should be motivated to learn to play the personalized soundtrack on a guitar or any musical instrument. There may be a lot of you who might wonder how hard it is to be proficient to play the guitar. But the real motto of my presentation is not to show you the way. I really want you to realize how much of natural dopamine you could produce through music, which in turn helps you to be your companion, to overcome all the difficulties, challenges, and failures in your life. Now, before I show you this method, I want you to understand there are 7 notes in music, just like the alphabets in English. But A to G, which starts from C, which is C, D, E, F, G, B, A, B. Each scale has a set of chords. For example, C has a set of chords, D has a set of chords, etc. And all you ever need to learn is the set of chords. To begin with, it's just the chords. And I'm sure you can find all this information online, on the internet. So you learn one scale, then you will be able to learn the rest automatically. So let's assume you went back today to your home and you studied one of the scales and its related chords. For example, the G scale, okay? So the chords in the G scale is G, D, C, and E minor. Now, can I have a volunteer who will sing me the chorus of his favorite song? You can lift your hand up. Oh, please. Hi. Please, could you join me on stage? Ladies and gentlemen. Your name?
My name is Hayashi.
Hayashi-san. Oh, Hayashi. よろしくお願いします。Could you please sing me your favorite song? 2 lines of your favorite song. Any song. Any song.
Okay. 今からジャパニーズ OK。
Japanese.
OK。
OK。
今から日本で有名なmaybe almost Japanese no song.
Oh, famous Japanese song.
Famous Japanese traditional song.
Okay.
Furusato.
Furusato. Okay.
Yes. It means my hometown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Maybe focus on.
Oh. Good.
Usagi oishi kano yama kobu na tsurishi kano gawa.
Oh, amazing. I'm going to try to sing that tune. So on a tune, I will try to sing it, right?
Yeah.
So I believe it went like this. It was like la 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 la. Sorry. Wait. Can you try one more time? So I'm sorry. Go on. One more time.
Usagi oishi kano yama kobu na tsurishi kano gawa.
Okay. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Ladies and gentlemen, Hayashi-san for you. Now, I have not heard that song, and it is very new to me. But if you noticed, I made him sing the song twice. And during that process, the tune of the song got processed in my brain. So I'm going to try to sing the song, the tune of the song, and you be the judge to see whether it matched the volunteer's tune. So I believe it went something like this. La 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 la. The show? Thank you. So now, okay, cool. So moving forward, Now, that I got the tune fed into my brain, I'm going to try to play it on my guitar. So let's assume that you studied the G scale, the chords that I mentioned earlier, and even though the volunteers sang this song on a different scale, I'm going to try to sing the same song in the G scale. And it should be something like this. So the chords in the G scale is what you studied was G, D, C, and E minor. So I'm going to try to sing it purposefully on that scale. So let's see. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you realized my expressions when I got it right. Certain feelings that we experience within us would be very difficult to explain to the second person. But let me tell you this. When I heard the tune Hayashi-san sang to me, I was addicted to take up that challenge. I tried it once, but I failed. I tried it the second time, and I got it right. And when I got it right, I felt so much like I won the lottery. What actually happened within me is I produced a lot of natural dopamine that made me feel so good. And I'm able to experience this feeling anytime I want to, naturally. Now, everyone who starts to perform music always dreams to become a star. In this process, they tend to not focus on what is more important in their life. To become a star, it takes a lot of patience, talent, and a lot of hard work, and a lot of luck. The percentage of those successful musicians is very small in the musical industry. And this causes an imbalance in this ecosystem. I was very lucky enough to have the most amazing dad. And when I was in the university, my dad said to me, Ermin, take music as your passion or your hobby and use it as a tool to overcome all the challenges, the failures in your life, which will help chase your dreams and mold your future. At the age of 23, I took the biggest risk and challenge in my life. I started my software company called Mission Infocom. And 3 years from now, we have our operations and presence across 3 countries. I am sure if music is practiced through the right way by every child at a very young age, music will be there for them as a companion to mold their future. Music helped me try harder and pass through all my failures with success as the only option. In today's world, with the rise in the use of drugs and alcohol, I believe music has the capability to mold our future generation in a better way to surpass all depressions, challenges, and failures in their life that they go through. In the words of Michael Jackson, let's create a better place for you and for me. Thank you very much. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu.